Hi! Welcome to Gentlemen United. Tonight we are playing Dungeons and Dragons, or rather doing a very small test stream of it. You'll have to forgive the quality for this one. The sound is still experimental, the lighting we know is bad, the camera angles are mediocre, yada yada yada. It's just more of a test thing.
Camera angles.
Thank you, Van. In the room tonight we have myself, Brandon Hafley, the Dungeon Master. We have our player, Logan. He is playing the character of Romist. We have Brad. You know him. You love him. He's behind the tech, as usual. And doing our, what is it, sound?
Yep.
Doing sound, we have Mr. Van Tate over on the couch.
I guess he's doing sound.
I guess he's doing sound.
I'm just sitting here.
Alright, he's just sitting there, but you know.
He's giving us colorful commentary.
Yeah.
Tonight, just for a small experimental thing, we are doing a one-shot as part of our home game that we put on weekly while school is going on, because we're a bunch of college students. We're doing, it's called the Fate of Romist, as you may see title, even though nobody's watching right now. Somebody may do archive later.
Hello there, CIA Director Mike Pompeo. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you can make it. Glad you hacked into the cameras.
Thank
Tell
you.
me, I hope my prostate's looking healthy. I know you can see that too.
If that doesn't get his attention, I don't know what will.
We said at least one keyword in there.
They hide their cameras in my butthole.
Anyways, without doing any too much more explaining, we'll just go ahead and hop right in. To give you some backstory here, our campaign, what we've been doing so far, we finished a kind of a medium-sized quest where our party went and discovered a dark family's past, where they ended up seeing that that family was haunted by a devil and a cultist wanting to worship and resurrect that devil to use his power. The party eventually went and fought and successfully defeated the devil without any casualties, miraculously, also killing the cultist in the process. Romist, our main character for this adventure, is a human warlock. His key feature that he has is a sort of magical bipolar disorder where he has the spirit of a sorcerer by the name of Roland Black, who is a elven sorcerer inside of him. So it's almost like he's playing a dual character, two characters at the same time dynamic. Last we left off, or something to clarify first, is that Romist is in this situation for something he did in the campaign. His patron is the serpent, the Dendar, who likes to make deals with people in exchange for all sorts of crazy stuff.
Power,
Romist,
like.
yeah, power, pretty much. Romist even has his warlock side of his power just for making deals with Dendar, but in return he has horrible nightmares, just to give an example. What we're going on to now is his sort of punishment that he had to do, as the night before they went to encounter the powerful devil, he asked Dendar, made some high religion checks, and he was able to convey with Dendar and get information on the devil's strengths, his weaknesses, and anything else. But in exchange, Dendar asked Romist to sit at the altar where they defeated devil and just sort of rot, for reasons unbeknownst to him. After revealing this to the party, they went through and, with the help of Romist and some of the information, they were able to successfully kill the powerful devil, which is where we pick up with the rest of his party disappearing in a magical circle drawn by a tiefling, a mysterious tiefling that managed to find his way in there after they killed the devil. The tiefling introduced himself as Watts. Nothing more, nothing less. He wears kind of an ornate black and white jacket suit sort of deal, and he has jet black hair that kind of sweeps backwards, and a deep red complexion. He also speaks with a very refined accent. So, Romist.
Yes.
You've just watched all of your friends disappear, picking up the arrow shot by Hobbin that reads the note, "You will be freed."
It was very emotional. I gotta say. Like,
You and Roland inside of you are all both sitting there in the dark ruins, having just recently defeated a powerful devil. His ashes lie in a corner. The withered remains of a completely siphoned cultist, Armbjorn, lie in another side of the wall. Watts has just gone over to the corpse of the cultist and brought back 2 unique gems, saying, if it's worth anything, they forgot this on him. Maybe you can use it. So, as you both sit there, do you want to say anything?
Did he hand me? Was he handing me the gems?
Mm-hmm.
Or, okay.
He distinctly gave you 2 reddish-colored gems. Not too finely trimmed, but they definitely seem like they could fetch you some kind of price just from looking at it initially.
Can I make an Arcana check on those just to see if I can?
Go ahead. Absolutely.
16.
16. You don't sense any magic within these 2 particular gems. You get the sense that maybe he just had them as something to kind of sell if he needed, or maybe he had some kind of fascination with the crimson color that these gems reside with. As crimson was almost his gimmick, as well as Mogrim's.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be a common theme. I just want to kind of like, is Watts still here with me?
He is. He has gone and sit. This is a little up, like a little incline there, with the triangle being the altar itself. Kind of like the about 1 foot stair length, and he has kind of just sit on it. And if you do want to do nothing else, I can go ahead and move along.
I look back at him. So, what was it?
Yes.
If I can ask, like, why'd you come down here?
I can't tell you much, but word spread around the grapevine that a powerful devil was in danger of being resurrected. With my heritage and my natural curiosity, I just simply made my way to where I thought it would be, and my hunch was correct. I came in, sadly at the last opportune moment. I wasn't able to help you actually defeat the devil, but I can still study its remains.
So you plan on, being here for a while?
I do. As I understand it, you said your friends have to abandon you? We are acquaintances at best. Yeah. I assume that I can stay here without punishment and give you some relief for what it's worth. Someone to talk to.
No, I mean, you'll definitely keep me and Roland company.
Roland? Who's
yeah.
Roland?
Well, I don't really like to talk about it normally, but yeah, he's kind of in here.
I see.
He lives with me. He talks to me. Sometimes he takes over and he uses his power, but you know,
power?
Yeah, he's a sorcerer.
A sorcerer.
Yeah.
He kind of looks you up and down a little bit with a squinting glance. You look yourself to be a warlock.
No, I am. Yeah, Roland's the sorcerer.
Show me some of Roland's sorcerer powers.
A warlock and a sorcerer sharing a room? There's an ABC sitcom.
Well, I mean, maybe I can talk him. Maybe I can shoot a firebolt. Maybe at that pillar there.
Excellent. Show me.
And so I kind of like close my eyes.
Go ahead and roll for an attack if you want. And you can explain how you do it as well.
That's a 15.
Okay. So how are you gonna do it?
So I close my eyes. Hey, he doesn't believe me that you're in there. So maybe if you come out and kind of, I'd have to. And I open my eyes and like it's just a countenance has come over my face. Like I'm no longer this kind of stuttering, timid nightmare. I'm just. So, you wanted to see my power?
Watts again looks you up and down, and he seems intrigued, like he notices the shift in personality. Absolutely. Show me.
So I make a sweeping gesture with my hands, and I shoot the firebolt at the pillar.
With your bare hands, you wave around your arms, almost distorting the air. Watts looks you up and down, extremely intrigued by it, shooting a firebolt at the brazier, lighting it up briefly, but it dissipates after just a couple of seconds. Watts. Fascinating. Really. If you wouldn't mind, Rogue.
Yes.
Could you please let Romist out again?
Then close my eyes, and when I
shifted again.
Yep, shifted back into Romist. So, that do it for you? I mean,
yes.
Okay.
You look to be a aspiring warlock yourself. With the warlocks I've met, every one of them seems to be able to do an Eldritch Blast. Show me that as well, just to prove it to me.
I mean, let me see what I can do here.
All right. Roll for an attack.
Nat 20.
What are you gonna do?
So, I finger gun Eldritch Blast the crap out of this brazier.
Brazier, you launch, and whereas the firebolt kind of lobbed and made a puff of cinder and ash, this one launches and completely takes an entire chunk out of the brazier, the whole forward one. Watts has to dodge out of the way a little bit as you're finger gunning it, creating almost two bolts that merge into one massive one. It just explodes half of this brazier, sending dust and debris everywhere and creating an echo throughout this entire chamber. Just Watts looks incredible. You are a powerful warlock, more powerful than I expected.
I just kind of,
It's an interesting technique as well.
Well, I mean, you got to have a little bit of flash and Shazam to it,
I can understand that. Tell me, you said this was to fulfill a pact with Dendar. May you tell me a little bit about your relationship with the serpent?
Well, started when I was, I was studying, and I found this. It was a journal, kind of. It had this Mad Mage's writings in it. It was very prophetic, and it was mostly rants and ramblings. It said, "The destruction of Dendar, the Night Serpent, comes with the dawning of the spear of sunlight from the west. Battle will ensue as the putrid acid bubbles forth from the land. The serpent comes forth to wreck the minds of all." I don't really know what it means, but I sat there and I contemplated it, and it was just one of those nights. She appeared in my dreams, and she promised me power. Just like power to do stuff. And
I see.
So I said yeah, and I've been roaming, and I met up with these guys, and they were pretty great guys. We fought, nearly died, laughed.
Your fight with Mogrim. Tell me about it. I'm interested more as to how he acted, as all I have is death.
Well, I mean, he was really strong. I tried to bargain with him. I was going to stay here, and
what type of devil was Mogrim?
He was strong. He had beard stuff.
Bearded devil?
Yeah, and like if he hit you with it, they were lucky.
He seems stronger than an average bearded devil then, if he gave you and your party members. None of you seem particularly weak, and a bearded devil isn't particularly strong. A powerful foe, don't get me wrong, but you should be able to dispatch one of them easily.
From what Dendar told me, he was just he was trying to move up the power ranks. So I mean he was pretty strong though.
Interesting.
Yeah.
At this point, Watts kind of gets up and makes his way over to the remnants of Mogrim. You see a pile of like a grayish, blackish ash mixture with almost seems like it's smoking, but a crimson-colored smoke. Of course, similar to the crimson that Mogrim used plenty of times in his fight, and Armbjorn used. He takes sort of what looks like a vial-type substance, almost like mason jar size though, and gets like a big scoop, almost like rubbing and sifting his hands through the mix, like smelling and almost like even tasting at one point. Interesting. And he just coats a mixture and almost seems to wave his hands in some kind of incantation, and you see the smoke begin to manifest and make its way into the vial. Of course, mostly ash still sitting there on the ground, and he ends up corking it. At this time, he makes his way back from over, and you see the ash now is kind of just a normal smoldering pile of ash, and he holds the vial up to you, and he says, "I'll have to do further study on this essence of this Mogrim. Any devil who has the opportunity to gain this power is a devil that we must study and understand, so we can easily dispatch of if another threat like him were to come along." But I can't imagine if someone like Mogrim were to reach the status of a higher devil.
But he is dead though, right? We killed him, didn't we?
Unfortunately, a devil killed in the material plane doesn't entirely die. He will go back to whatever lair of the 9 hells that he originally came from, and he will be resurrected. Although, the process will take time. And since the 9 hells' ranks are based off of power, Mogrim losing to you has proved that he is not as powerful as many thought. He's likely to be downgraded or stripped of his powers. Either way, I think you've handled Mogrim for a long time. A human yourself, honestly, Mogrim will probably attain the power that he once obtained, assuming that he's not killed in the hells himself, past your lifetime.
But what about Roland's lifetime?
Do you believe that Roland will survive after your human vessel has expired?
I don't see why not. He's a half-elf.
Half-elf. Interesting. If he was a half-elf, he would certainly live longer than you. He kind of just like glances about the room, scans you up and down for another moment. Sirens go off in the background. You can
being swatted.
You can hear the police.
We are. That's for the CIA joke.
Van just swatted us.
No, it was Mike Pompeo.
Yeah.
They're finally here. So.
CIA, go move.
God, if they were to come in right now and like attack me, I'd be like, they'd be like, come out here. I'd be like, but I'm stuck.
All of a sudden, you have a red dot on your forehead.
We
said get out right now.
You move the camera out of the way. He's got a fucking gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Eldridge blasts the cops.
Finger gun him. They shoot you. Okay. So,
Skyrim.
it is. All right.
But
Unofficially.
Gaming time for me says, "What's up, guys?"
Hey, what's up, gaming time? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, you're the second person in our entire thing, or at least that's what I assume.
Tell all your friends.
Again, test stream, pretty bad right now, but we're just going.
We're having fun.
Anyways, we are having fun.
That's all that matters.
He kind of goes and sits back on again, and he doesn't really say much, but he just kind of sits there.
I might go outside, take some pictures.
Do it. If you want to do anything, you can. If not, you may be sitting here for a couple hours.
I'm gonna do just what anyone in my situation would do: masturbate. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, sleight of hand check.
Whoa.
No, I want to just walk up the circuit of the room, just kind of.
Okay. As you
To kill
make your way
time.
around, everything just seems to be like, yeah, to kind of kill the time. You kind of pass the like withered body of Armbjorn over on the far side of the room from me.
Can I, as I'm walking past him, can I just check over him just to
Make a perception check.
5.
5. Well,
Yeah.
I'll treat it just like your passive perception. What's your passive perception?
Passive perception.
It's at
That's
the
0.
That's not right. Well, whatever. I'll just go with the 5.
That's just what it says.
Wisdom plus 10. Wisdom modifier plus 10.
Oh, so 10.
Okay. So you go over him and you see that he's like you don't smell anything, which is weird because when you're used to seeing like a decaying body like himself, you're used to smelling the rotting stench of death pretty much, and you've almost smelled that stench in your dreams or your nightmares multiple times. As you kind of go over him, it almost just looks like all the water and life had just been sucked out of him. He doesn't have any. He has black holes where his pupils would be. His mouth is agape, almost shaped in this wicked, horrifying expression. And he just has gray, withered skin, and he's just sitting there mangled on the floor.
Can I give him a kick for the party?
Give him a kick. Roll for an attack.
That's a 4.
I think him being... Roll with advantage because he's fucking prone.
Oh. And dead.
And would it be unarmed?
It would be unarmed.
Your big toe hits him and instantly your knee cracks in half.
That's still a 4.
Okay, you kind of like go for like a big old kick, just like getting you end up kicking the wall and you fucking ow! And you hear the voice of Roland inside you, idiot. And that's...
I'm just going to continue walking around the room.
As you begin pacing, you kind of just like notice around, and occasionally if you look back at Walt, he almost has his eyes closed like he's in some kind of trance, his tail completely motionless as he kind of sits on that incline. And as you kind of make your way around for about 3 hours, your feet start to get a little sore, but you've walked a very long ways in your lifetime, so you're used to the feeling of walking for long distances, and it does help to pass the time a little bit.
It's only been like 15 minutes.
Eventually, actually about 4 hours pass.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
And you hear the tiefling Watts speak up. He says, "Excuse me, friend," as he says to you as you're on the far side of the room. Do you detect the magical presence of items in here?
I mean, do you detect the presence of the magical items in here?
I do, and it has been a couple weeks, but at one point you do remember that when you initially came in, you did sense a very strong magical source, but you also
I was doing like a religion check or something. Yeah.
You were just seeing if you could like sense anything in there.
Yeah.
You detected a strong force as well as multiple other weaker forces, but still a present from what you could hear. And it seems like Watts is referring to that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go give it a look-see. I'll be back. As you see, as he kind of just like gets up, you're still walking around the room, and I'll say he's made his way out.
Well, I'll be here. You know.
I know. I'm sorry to leave you. Don't do anything while I'm gone.
It's a big circular room. Don't know what else I'm gonna do.
As he leaves, you kind of see the door open. You kind of see like the light almost, or it's very dark. You're not really sure what time of day it would be right about now, since you did go in about 10 o'clock, and a couple of hours past when you entered, and you've been here for however many hours. You're having trouble keeping the time in your head just automatically. You see the door open and close. Watts leaves. You kind of hear a voice in your head of just like a faint, just like a murmur. You're not even sure if you hear it for sure or not, or if it's just the toll of you being in this large chamber, if it's an echo, but you hear just like a murmur in your head.
Hey, Roland? Did you hear something? Then he's just kind of silent.
As you keep walking around, just like keeping your guard semi up and unsure of whether or not it was an actual threat or just some voice in your head again. And about 30 minutes or so passes. Make a perception check.
4.
Okay. You don't really hear anything. You don't really feel or see anything different. It starts getting a little bit cold in this room. With it being the middle of summer, it's not summer here, I forget the exact August, Iastus, yeah. With it being in the middle of Iastus,
you created this.
The summer equivalent. I don't have it all memorized though. With it being the middle of the equivalent of summer in this world, you'd expect it to be a lot warmer in these caverns, but the cold air and the multiple doors kind of isolate this room, and it seems like your body heat is really the only thing that's keeping some amount of warmth now that these braziers are all gone. About another 30 minutes passes, and you hear the doors begin to open again as you're walking around.
Yeah, I wonder if that's Watts coming back. Or maybe it's Ainsworth. He said he was going to come back and visit me. Or maybe it's...
You can make a perception check if you'd like.
I was acting it out.
You can go for it. See what you want.
That was a 4.
We're getting the bad rolls out of the way first. You can act out whatever you want to.
So, yeah, it's me talking to Roland. Or Hobbenrud said he was going to throw, or I was going to get saved. Maybe it's Barley. Company would be nice.
You can kind of hear the voice of Roland in your head saying, "Do you really think they're going to come back?"
Well, I mean, I don't see why not. I mean,
you did this to us, not me. You're the reason we're rotting in this tomb. With our power, we could have defeated Mogrim as it is. And you wanted to join Mogrim just to save your friends. But we ended up killing him anyway. You're an idiot.
Well, you don't have to be so hurtful about it. I mean...
And you do notice that this is kind of like a crueler version of Roland. Like, it just seems like he's a little more hateful right now for whatever reason.
What's going on with you, buddy? I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, we're stuck here. We're going to be, but we did the right thing. We were trying to save him, and we defeated Mogrim, and, but either way, we were going to have to stay here anyway because of Dendar.
As you're speaking, you're kind of interrupted, and you just hear silence from Roland. Watts comes in, hands behind his back. You see the almost mason jar shaped vial of the crimson ash hanging at wayside. Make a perception check again.
Nat 20. Thank
Nat 20.
God.
You can instantly see onyx shaped, or an onyx colored cat shaped stone that he seems to be holding in his right palm as he walks in. Even from this distance, because you're probably about here at that point, you can see that it has shaped almost like a cat with 3 whiskers on each side of its face, green colored gems in the eye sockets and ears, but it almost seems like more of a feral, like a cougar or something like that, rather than a standard house cat. He gestures over towards you and says, "Romist and Roland, come here for a second." You walk over to me. "It is unfortunate that you are in the circumstance that you are at, and I scavenged the rest of these ruins just to see if I can find anything that might aid, and I found this." He kind of tosses you the stone.
How big is it?
It is about yay big. You could fit it in your palm.
Oh, okay.
Kind of tosses it to you, and you just instinctually just catch it. And go ahead and make an Arcana check for me. You know exactly what this looks like, but
16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
20. Okay. Just by
unnatural.
Unnatural. Yeah. Okay. So as you're looking down at this, you kind of you definitely know that's magical. Looking at this, you kind of heard this kind of like a knick-knack that some people like to bring on their adventures. Like a cat is often referred to as a sign of good luck, and you can definitely sense that it has magical properties in it, and that it would be beneficial. Watch explains, it's like, "I know of this stone. Some refer to it as a luck stone. The proper name for it is a stone of good luck. It doesn't really mean much to me, but it will be a minor benefit to you in this endeavor. And maybe I'm not sure what awaits you, but maybe if you get out of here alive, it will help you in the future." And you also sense that you have to attune to this item, that you can't just activate it immediately. And Watts will go ahead and make his way back over and sit in his position, if you would like to keep walking.
I've walked enough. I'm gonna go sit down. And can I put this in my pouch with the knife and the sapphire necklace?
Put it in the pouch? Alright.
Yeah.
Do you mean to attune to it at all, or are you just going to put it away for safekeeping?
I mean, attune, is that like meditating on it?
Yeah, basically attuning, the process of attuning is you do it with magical items that you have to equip to your person, like armor, weapons. Actually, go ahead and make it just... Actually, we'll go off the 20 Arcana check, and this is common knowledge for magic users of yourself as well.
Yeah.
Attuning is a process in which you focus on an avatar object of some kind, and it kind of bonds with your person. And in that process, it takes about an hour, about a short rest worth, that you have to just completely make physical contact and focus on that. And you kind of have to do things like imagine what it's like to have that equipped to you, and over time you can see that begin to mold itself and fit itself more to you as a person rather than the object in its base form.
Then yeah, as I'm sitting down here,
and you also gain the benefits from it, but right now it's just a stone that you can detect has magical properties.
then yeah, I want to attune myself to it. I'm going to sit down here, just kind of cross-legged, crisscross applesauce, hold it in my hands.
I'll say that you spend the next hour, Watts resumes his meditative state, and you assume the next hour attuning to this, and it starts to change from kind of a cat-like shape, and I want you to go ahead and customize, like if you want it to be some kind of animal of your choice, where you want it to be. It could be like a belt buckle, a necklace, an insignia on your shoulder, whatever you want.
First of all, it's going to I'm going to change it to the countenance of a wolf head.
Okay.
Do I want a wolf? Hold on a second, no. Decisions.
Celtic knot.
You can customize it later if you just want to describe like where it's going to be at.
Yeah, it's going to be a wolf head, and it's going to be like a necklace.
A pendant.
Pendant.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's about it?
Yeah.
So you spend the next hour and you kind of focus on its form, and you kind of just feel like your body and this pendant are getting closer together, and you instinctually kind of like place it up to your neck area, and it almost seems to just kind of stay and hover there, and you again just kind of look at the wall kind of in a meditative state. When you open your eyes, it almost seems like that hour passed by very quickly. You look down, and it's suddenly a necklace. Chains have similar onyx-colored chains has emerged, and it has taken the shape of a ferocious wolf. Whiskers now similar but pointing downward to more fit the shape of a dog. You now have this.
Woo! That'll come in handy. For those who are watching, it's the Stone of Good Luck. It's +1 to ability checks and saving throws.
Very common thing. It's also it's referred to as a Stone of Good Luck and a Luck Stone. You can call it whatever you want to, though. It's yours.
It's a Stone of Good Luck.
All right. As you finish attuning to this, you kind of hear again just another.
All right.
And what are you gonna do?
All right, Roland. I heard something at a time. Did you hear something?
Yes, I believe so. I think something's happening. You look around, and you almost see like the air start to distort.
Mr. Watts?
You look over at Watts, and he's like, you can kind of see him like facing towards you, and he's mouthing words like, you kind of see him start to fade in and out, like you can see through him, like he's going from transparent to opaque and back again, but he's kind of fading more.
I want to kind of try to like reach out to him, like
you reach out. Like, are you gonna touch him?
Like I'm trying to.
Okay, you're gonna reach out and touch him. You successfully manage to get up, and your hand passes through as his form not vanishes away, but just is gone. Like as soon as you try to pass through, and you look around now, and the air is kind of distorted. You see like white slivers almost like go through. Everything almost has like a greenish, very slight greenish hue to it now. To kind of sit there.
Roland, I think something's happening here.
I want you to make a religion check.
That's 10.
10. You're not really sure what happened. You can only guess that this is the work of Dendar. What do you want to do?
Well, Roland, I don't know what's going on here, but I think this could be Dendar. You know, she might be wanting to talk to us, so I think maybe I should just sit here and see if she comes. Maybe
You
try.
know how she works better than me. We'll just have to see.
Well, yeah, I'm just gonna sit, and then I sit down. Yeah, I'm gonna sit here and see if she shows up.
You sit down and nothing's really happening. How long do you want to sit?
I'm gonna sit for. Let's go a 2-hour interval.
Okay.
Just because I mean.
You sit, and for about another 2 hours, at this point, about 11 hours have passed. You're definitely hungry at this point. Your lips are starting to feel a little chapped, and you're starting to remember in your head this whole deal and what it was. Do you want to do anything, or you want to continue waiting?
I just kind of like call, Dendar, are you there?
Make a religion check.
19, 20, 21.
21. You kind of hear the voice yet again. And then you can hear the voice take shape. It's like, forgive me. I did not like that tiefling. So I made you alone.
What? Why didn't you like Mr. Watts?
Look at your necklace. It's no fun if he gives you aid.
I mean, I mean, he just handed it to me. He didn't.
Kind of just like the voice of Dendar disappears. You don't hear anymore. Just fulfill your end of the bargain. That's the last words you hear.
I mean, I don't know what else I can do. I'm just sitting here. I mean, Roland, I mean, we're doing what she asks, aren't we?
Yes, and you have to have some patience. We have to sit this out to the end.
Yeah, I know. And like I said, Hobbin said they were going to save me, and Ainsworth said he was going to come. Like, I got hope in them. Not a lot, but I mean a little. They're all right.
Misplaced, but hope nonetheless. For the next, whatever, if you want to name anything that you still want to do besides just have back and forth conversations with Roland, you can.
I mean,
You're kind of in this pocket dimension. You are stuck. Brazier's still destroyed. Everything has a greenish, yellowish hue. Air's kind of still remains distorted.
I want to try walking here just to see what happens. Like if I go, like
Try walking out.
Yeah, just to,
As you get more and more towards the exit, just to experiment, you can definitely feel like a force of Dendar, not physically pulling against you, but like you can understand that you shouldn't go out the door. You can if you want to, though. But as you go further and further down the hallway, you can feel that you are violating your part of the bargain if you were to leave this place.
well, I mean, did it specifically state that I had to stay in here, or
Yep.
just the ruin?
She said you had to stay in the altar.
Ah, fuck her. All right, not you, Dendar.
I know. It is me, though.
Oh yeah, it is. But I didn't mean that as a
I know.
fucker to the.
You're good.
Oh, caution! This does contain mature language.
Fuck! In case we didn't get it with CIA looking at Van's anus.
Well, I mean, that's. I mean, is it really mature if it's true?
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on.
You sit for the next. You don't know how long.
I'm just going to sit until something happens.
Okay. Hours
You
and
done?
hours pass. You start to get hungrier. You want to go to sleep, but some force just keeps you awake. Approximately 14 hours pass of you sitting, and you realize that this is very similar to the nightmare that you once had, where you were sitting in an open plain, like a different form of subject. Not pain, just loneliness, anguish, with only a cruel voice inside your head to keep you company. You almost like try to drift off to sleep, and your mind starts to wander, when suddenly you kind of hear a relief. Roland starts to talk to you. Wake up. Wake up, you fool. As you kind of like startle awake, make a perception check.
Nat 20.
Nat 20, you immediately see almost in the brazen-shaped patterns. You see shadows here, 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 here. You can count 6 total around the room, making a quick scan, keeping alert as you, and almost seem like the force of Roland, tend to look around simultaneously, and you see these black dots begin to manifest.
So if me and Roland are looking around simultaneously, does that mean like one eye's going this way, one eye goes this way?
I'll answer that if an outsider were to look, but it's almost like there's just 2 of you inside of each other looking around.
Roland is your stand.
Basically. Stun the power!
Stun the...
Okay. And you look around and you see emerging from these, you almost see like these tiny little, like hunchback, humanoid looking, but like a hunched over fat figure, only about 2.5 feet tall, begin to manifest itself, each with like small, tiny little stick-like wings sticking out the back as they come out there. And they all begin to look at you.
Roland, I don't really like the look of this.
You kind of hear a familiar voice, almost, despite it being malicious, soothing to you that something has finally happened. Now, let the games begin. Roll initiative.
For each?
Yep, for Roland and Romist.
Cold.
Van is back.
Wow, it is cold.
You can go and call it out.
Okay,
It's too cold to be a hipster today.
Roland has a 15.
Roland 15.
And then Romist has a 5.
5. Alright, so.
Did you use your film camera?
I did use my phone camera.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Great decision.
You have a 5?
Yes, Romist has a 5.
Okay. Romist, you said out of 5.
Yeah, Roland has a 15.
Gotcha.
Jeez. I guess it makes sense. Roland was more ready.
Okay.
Romist rolled a nat 20.
That's true.
You see these dots begin to emerge. And go ahead and place in a similar pattern 4, 5, and 6 for me. Thank you. All right. First thing that happens, you're kind of looking around. What's going on? As immediately, this very first one lunges at you. 1, 2, 3, and he's gonna attack you, Romist. So,
Okay.
that's a natural 1. You immediately go, and with your eyes like open immediately, rolling behind you. Immediately, you snap around. One of these things comes up, and you kind of just duck out of the way as it flies overhead, landing around you, and it just gives like a vicious squall at you. Next up, as you're alert, this one comes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna make another attack. Try to make an attack against you. All right. Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. You take 1 point of piercing damage. Now, as it's like black, shadowy form just kind of gnaws like one tooth and just kind of inconvenient. But I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You need a pencil or pen?
Yes, I do.
You want a pencil probably.
Yeah.
We can fly in a pencil.
Fly in a
Actually,
pencil.
just use the sheet. That'd be fine.
Yeah, I just need something to mark down.
Yeah. Fucking legal pad.
Normally I'm way more prepared.
You're good. Alright, you take 1 point of piercing damage, Romist does, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
1 second, 'cause right now I've got 24, so 20, 30, and 60. I'm just trying to keep track of the hit points. That's a nat 1.
Nat 1, okay.
I was wondering, I was like, I'm not sure.
Hello!
Yeah,
You're good.
That was me.
Okay.
We're doing like a live stream right now, but it's very casual, so you're fine. It's a test stream. Our roommates are here.
I'll take
Do we still have people watching?
Alright.
I don't know. Gamer dude.
right
I don't know.
You
No
take
one's chatting, but
you
people
take
might be
5 points of necrotic damage as you kind of feel like this. You feel like the initial pierce, but the aftershock kind of catches you off guard as you feel like this, like deathly, like tingling, extremely cold sensation rushes over you in the back of the shoulder. And you kind of have to swat it off. Falls back down on the altar. At this point, the third one, 1, 2, 3, 4, has to kind of climb up the altar. 6, and he's going to make an attack against Roland this time. That's 20, not natural.
Yep, that
He takes
hits.
1 point of piercing damage and has to make a Constitution saving throw. Mark down that he has 20 hit points.
Who?
Roland does.
Okay.
I'm changing it.
So now it'll be 19.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 12.
12. Okay, he succeeds as he manages. Not this time, and kind of shrugs this other thing off. Only taking 1 point of piercing damage, so he's fine. All right. What is Roland's dexterity?
Roland's dex. I am really sorry about this.
You're fine.
I did not write that.
Oh, that's cool. It's probably not above 15. So this one,
I think he's got the same. I think
it's
he's got
15 exactly. Okay. So these guys are actually going to be going at the exact same time. So you watch as this one starts to rush at Roland. What do you want Roland to do? He has range attack, so he sees this shadowy creature start to like crawl on all fours and like rush towards Roland.
I want to just do a firebolt cantrip.
Roll an attack.
That's 11.
11 does not hit, unfortunately. As he kind of in a panic, just having shrugged off this, launches a firebolt, it misses, and it's going to make an attack against Roland. That's an 8, so it will not hit.
Nope.
Go ahead and get this going along. As he kind of misses, but manages to duck as a claw just ends up swiping the head. But now you are all surrounded on those sides. Next up.
People watching, at least lurking.
Okay. Next people are gonna. Their next one is gonna be this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's kind of gonna go in between these tiny creatures that are easy to swarm. He's gonna make an attack against Roland. That's a 12.
No, that does not hit.
Misses again as Roland manages to catch it and ducks it. You're all just like, both of your forms are kind of dodging all these like little annoying pests around. It's your turn, Romus. What are you doing?
I'm going to do the Arms of Hadar, which is a spell, and tendrils of dark energy erupt from me and batter all creatures within 10 feet. Each creature must make a strength saving throw.
All right.
On failed, they take 2d6 necrotic.
So, how many creatures get hurt?
Anything within a 10-foot radius.
So that's 10. Yeah, that'll be these guys too. Everyone gets hit.
Yes.
All right,
And
so
they have to make.
do they all get hit automatically, or do you have to roll?
It doesn't say. It's just a level 1 spell.
Oh. Okay, strength saving. Okay, so they all have to make strength saving throws.
Yes, and on a failed, they each take 2d6 necrotic and and can't make a reaction. On success, they only take half damage.
Okay, what's the DC?
Oh, wait a minute. Can I actually cast this as a second level spell?
You can.
They'll take an extra 1d6, so it'd be 3d6 on a fail, and the DC is 13.
13. All right. First one will fail. Second one will fail. They have not a good modifier. That's a nat 1. Third will fail. That's gonna fail. Unnatural 1. That will fail. They all fail.
And so
All single digits. They have -3 strength.
And all they take is 3d6 necrotic.
So roll 3d6 necrotic.
I gotta grab an extra die.
Here, I got one.
Yes.
are getting swarmed by this all at the same time. These little pests are going. All of a sudden, you kind of tap into your warlock, almost anger power, and a dark portal opens up. In fact, multiple dark portals open up, and you suddenly see these purplish, greenish tendrils all lunge around and just spear all of these things all at the same time. These unnamed shadowy creatures, and just splits all of them in two. Every single one of them die in an instant. Alright. Last one, this measly little creature, seemingly completely unfazed by all these other 5 dying, is going to rush up and make an attack against Roland. That's a natural 20. So he takes 2 points of piercing damage and has to make a Constitution saving throw.
It's a 21, 22.
That'll succeed, as Roland almost just seems sure of it. This thing bites his arm, but he just kind of sits there smiling at it as it dangles off. Roland's turn.
Roland's turn?
Yep.
I'm gonna do Firebolt again.
Alright, roll for an attack.
Unnatural 20.
That'll hit. Roll for damage. 1d10 or 1d8.
1d10.
1d10. 1d10.
Let me find it. 8.
8. All right. You see, Roland immediately just. How do you want to do it? His arm is just kind of dangling off.
I want him to be like wind up and just kind of underhand at this.
All right. So you see, his kind of just dangles off, just like dangling. Roland, unfazed, knowing that the battle's already won, swirls its hands again, distorting the air, and just flicks, completely obliterating the other body, sending shadows scattering across the ground as the head just kind of evaporates from air. It almost seems like as it fades away. All right. So that's the end of that.
Oh,
you
man.
notice kind of the dark, shadowy atmosphere that appeared when they did kind of lift itself.
That was certainly different there, Roland. I mean, we sure took care of them.
I will admit, you have your uses when you're angry. Other than that, I'm not sure. But I certainly can't blame you for that. What was that all about, anyway?
It's probably just something to make us weary and make it, because like I'm hungry, I'm really tired, I want to sleep, I want to go home, I want to see the friends again.
Don't even complain when you got us into this.
Well, I mean, I thought I was doing a good thing to help. Fighting's not going to help now. We're already here.
One thing you need to learn is that good does not prevail in this world. Why do you think Mogrim was so strong? Because he wanted power.
But we still beat him.
With all of you. Could you imagine 6 Mogrims against 1 Romist? What would happen then?
Well, I mean, if I got a little bit stronger.
Don't make me laugh.
I just took out 5 of these creatures, where you only took out 1.
Those weaklings were nothing. I could have killed them all myself if I wanted.
But you didn't.
You kind of hear silence. Alright, so, if you want to do anything,
I want to take a long rest and get my.
as you try to go to sleep, you kind of feel this tugging sensation go against you, but you do manage to take somewhat of a short rest if you'd like to regain your hit dice.
Okay. So I just rolled 1.
You can use as many as you want. You gain, for you it's 1d8 per level, and for Roland it's 1d6 per level. So Roland has 4d6, you have 4d8.
Shit. I'm gonna let Roland just kind of do his and I'm gonna use. I'll use 1 hit dice, so it'd be just the 48, and then add that up.
1 hit die?
Yeah, or would it just be the one?
No, you just roll 1d8 and then you have 3d8 left.
Okay, because I didn't change the total.
Short rest doesn't require you to go to sleep. Long rest, you have to sleep.
Alright. I'll just use 1d8. That's 7.
So you're back to full?
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
So, another 8 hours seems to pass as you kind of sit there and kind of tend to your wounds a little bit, Roland not really caring too much about his nicks that he has in his skin. Eventually, you kind of see a yellowish tear begin to form right in front of you as you're kind of, I guess, sitting on the altar where you once did. The shadowy substance now gone. And you see Watts appear, but in a different form. I want you to make a perception check.
It's going to be a 10.
Okay, you don't really notice anything else, but you just notice that he is a kind of a golden, translucent kind of figure, almost like you can see his key features, but nothing really else as he kind of strides up to you. Roland? Romist. Huh. There we go. Anyways, it seems like Dendar placed you in your own little pocket dimension.
Yeah, it got all and then we had to fight these they were kind of the tiny like shadow winged thingies. I don't know the technical term for them. They were easy.
It almost seems like she put you through some kind of combat trial, or maybe just put you in a fight that you know, or that she know that you had won, for her entertainment almost. Either way, good job. You survived seemingly with minimal injuries. I get the point that she does not like me being here. She almost likes to see you suffer, but think of it as us manipulating the rules of a deal, of a god of deals. This way, I can give you some kind of respite in these last hours. Tell me, how do you feel?
Kind of hungry, kind of tired, kind of want to go home. I would say horny, but I'm too tired for that.
Interesting. I suppose that's only natural. Anyway, I can sit here and give you some respite. And if you'd like to do anything else, or you can wait.
No, I just want to sit here and wait, you know, just...
Okay. So you kind of sit there, occasionally just like talking to Watts, making just like small talk as he sits there in his seemingly astral form now, somehow managing to project himself into this little pocket dimension, although you managed to gather that his actual physical form is not there, but he somehow managed to sneak his way in.
So, Mr. Watts, what exactly are you? Like, I know you're a tiefling, but I mean, you seem to have all this power. Like, are you a warlock too?
I am a purveyor and pursuer of knowledge, I guess you could say.
So you're a wizard?
Not technically, nor am I a sorcerer, nor a warlock, but magic is one of my strong suits. I guess you'd call me an alchemist. That's what I like to refer to myself as.
Okay, so you're hunting for a philosopher's stone?
Not quite. That's
do you have a metal arm?
That's more of a stereotype than anything else, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Kind of just looks at you kind of confused. Just sits down. If you want to make any other talk, you can. Otherwise, you can wait.
I'm gonna wait.
All right. You wait for another 8 hours. This 8 hours is seeming to go by a lot faster, although sometimes you and Watts run out of subjects to talk about, and you almost have to force conversation just to make the time go by faster. And
so are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Do you got any kids?
No, I don't have any ties that I would like. I travel.
Well, I know a girl, you know, she likes to travel. I can introduce you sometime.
I would appreciate it, but relationships aren't my forte.
She's got a big personality.
Make a persuasion check.
17.
Okay. Perhaps I will consider it, but first, we need to focus on the matter at hand. But I appreciate your trying to help me.
Well, you know, it's what I do, you know. Contrary to what some people think up here, you know, the world's all bad, but no, there's actually good out there.
Speaking of which, when I talked to Roland, for the brief moment that he showed me his sorcerer abilities, he did seem a lot more agitated than him. What is the relationship between yourself and Roland inside of you?
He just appeared one day, and especially while we were going on this quest, he helped us out, and he did his thing, and
what do your friends think when you go around casting all sorts of magic?
I don't really know, because I didn't really tell them about it until we got in here.
Have you ever considered what may be the origin of Roland, or do you just not question it?
I mean, I just figured, Dindar put him there, I figured he might have made a deal with someone, and, and that's his punishment.
That is a likely outcome. I can see it probably. Anyways, if you would like to talk about anything else, you can. Otherwise, you can wait.
I'm going to go ahead and wait.
You wait about another 8 hours. You're feeling quite famished at this point, although I won't give you any exhaustion to suffer. You just kind of feel weak and trembling.
I wish Ainsworth would come back with the food he promised.
You kind of go ahead and make a just make a perception check for me.
20. Unnatural.
Okay. You kind of sit in this bleak room for a second, or just for a moment, and you almost just have like a gut feeling that maybe they're there, but you also get the sense that even if they showed up, you wouldn't be there, you being in this pocket dimension.
Damn. That's deep.
Alright. I'll say you kind of get that, but it does give you sort of a positive emotion that they probably did come back to try to get you.
See, Roland, I told you they were going to come back. We were just
you don't
here.
know. You don't know for certain. And Roland replies back, "You don't know for certain."
Well, no, but I got this feeling, and I'm all about the feeling, Joe. I
can tell.
I think they're there. So you were kind of wrong.
You don't hear anything from Roland. I'll say you wait another 8 hours. At this point, you're not sure how much time has passed, but you kind of start to see the form of Watts as you're in the middle of some kind of conversation begin to shimmer a little bit as his voice fades out. He kind of looks around again. He just mouths more to you.
I really need to learn how to read lips.
Oliver knows how to, but if you want to, you can just make a general intelligence check to see if you can discern. Intelligence modifier. 0.
Actually, no.
Oh, 4 2. Yeah, go for it.
18.
You kind of get the sense that he's saying, "It's happening. Good luck." He vanishes again. You see his golden form this time. This time,
I guess we better brace ourselves. Something might be happening.
As you say this, you get a bad feeling as the entire area. You remember the slight darkness that happened when those little shadow creatures attacked. But at this point, everything gets a deep, deep black. Even to this point to where you, yourself, and Roland, actually, you don't have dark vision. So all you can see in front of you is about 5 feet. Looking through the eyes of Roland, you can see maybe about 10 feet in front of you. Everything is a deep shadow. And you sit around. What do you want to do?
Can I make a Arcana check? Just to see if there's any magic around me.
Okay, make an Arcana check.
6.
You're a little too nervous to figure out if there's any magical, and plus you have an entire magic aura around you, so it's hard to pinpoint anything.
Alright, I'm gonna just I'm gonna wait and see what happens. I'm nervous. I'm ready to see what.
I want Roland to make a perception check with disadvantage.
2.
2.
Yes.
You kind of look around the both of you, and you're not really sure what's happening, just bracing for whatever is to come. As you see, almost reaching out from the darkness, some kind of hand reaches right out at Roland. All right, and I need... And then instantly you recognize this as another threat. Maybe some more shadow creatures, you're not really sure. All right. As this kind of thing begins to swipe out, almost reaching at you, it lunges straight at Roland. Does a 14 hit?
Just hits.
14 will hit as this shadowy hand just marks it. I'm gonna need my d6 back, please.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
Why'd you steal
I didn't steal it. You handed it.
You stole it?
All right. Roland takes 5 points of necrotic damage as this almost reaches inside of him, and you can barely see the shimmering form of something. You really have no idea. All right, I need you to roll initiative.
It's a water elemental.
Roland has a 15, and Romist has a 14. Oh, wait a minute. That's actually a 16 and a 15.
16 and 15?
Yes.
So, Roland has a 16?
Yes.
Romist has a 15?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. It's going to be Roland's turn. He was just attacked by something. You're not really sure what it is, where it is, just a shadowy hand reached out. And also, this is important, his strength is reduced by 3. Can you go ahead and mark that? Do you have the strength stat?
I don't have it wrote.
He has the wrong character sheet pulled up. Convenience.
That's
He has 8 strength total.
Yeah, that's
All right, his strength
that's
is
the base number.
His strength is reduced to 5. Okay. What is Roland doing?
Roland is going to use a ice knife as a level 2. Yeah. So.
All right, make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Thir 13.
13s will hit, so go ahead and roll for your attack.
Okay. Well, and it has to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Wait a minute. It says it takes 1d10 piercing / 2d6 cold.
Yeah, so it takes 1d10 piercing initially, and then it has to make the dex save.
Okay. And
So go ahead and roll the 1d10.
2.
2.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
All right. We'll make a dex save.
can you look at Romus?
Does a 2 succeed? Or 12 succeed?
His DC
For
spells DC.
spellcasting modifiers +3.
What's his spell save DC?
It's just his charisma, isn't
Charisma is ability. It should be on that. It should be like 8 plus
I
his
think it was-
charisma plus his proficiency
8.
bonus.
it? 8 plus his charisma plus his proficiency?
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13. So he rolled a 12, so he does not succeed. Go ahead and roll damage.
How
Do
about-
you take damage from that short range explosion?
Doesn't say.
Not on that. Does it say in general?
No, it just is. All hit target takes 1d10 piercing. Hit or miss, the shard explodes the target and each creature within 5 feet.
So Roland is within 5 feet, so he has to make a dex save against his own contraption. I'll say since he casted it though, and he's aware, he makes it with advantage.
So
Okay, so he does not succeed. So roll your 2d6 cold.
It's 3d6.
3d6
Can I borrow
cold.
that?
What? Oh.
That d6.
11.
And Roland is down to 1 hit point.
Okay.
He's kind of a dick. So.
You watch as this knife explodes. You kind of see that the cold form definitely manages to impact Roland, but even though the shadowy kind of obstructed creature did not move, it does not seem as much phased by it. It only takes half damage.
Damn it.
Okay. Ramus, it's your turn.
I want you to do Arms of Hadar as a 2nd level spell again.
Okay. Each creature around you?
Yeah, but like, so I figured like that's anything outward from me, and so since
there's something I need to look up here. Just give me a minute.
yeah,
It's not that I think you're bullshitting. I just need to read the text.
yeah, no, I mean,
I think you're bullshit.
Okay. So it has to make a strength saving throw.
like I mean, I literally wrote it right from the wiki page.
Configurations.
Well,
Okay. So they have to make strength saves. That's a 9, so it will fail. That will definitely fail. As you use your Arms of Hadar, go ahead and make your 2d6 force or
3d6.
3d6 force.
11.
11. And it's force, right?
Necrotic.
Necrotic. Okay. As you kind of swing around, these arms just flail and go throughout the air, but you watch as they just pass through this form of the shadow. But you can also feel the arms touching a form that is right here, because it is on you.
Motherfucker.
They are immune to necrotic damage.
Damn. Alright. Probably gonna die here now.
Alright, are you gonna do anything else?
I'm gonna move out of the way.
Okay. But it did say, normally we get an attack of opportunity, but Arms of Hadar does say it cannot take reactions. Despite them being immune to necrotic, they still can't take reactions.
Okay.
So you can move. As you get further away, these shadows fade from view, and I want you to make a perception check.
That's gonna be 5. It's gonna be a 5.
They both vanish to you. Okay.
Alright.
Is that gonna be your turn?
That is my turn.
Alright. Make one more perception check for me.
7.
Alright. The shadow sneak attacks you, and it's gonna have advantage on the attack as it sneaks up right behind you.
They are just gonna find
That's
the lifeless body.
17.
That hits.
Alright.
Oh god. They're just gonna find the.
I need my d6.
Oh, sorry.
Good.
The lifeless body of Romist lying there.
They might.
No, there's no might. I mean,
You take 11 points of necrotic damage. As you feel this cold sensation suddenly rush through your back, like the bite you took from that shadowy small creature, but just so much worse as it kind of reaches. But you can now see this creature right behind you. And yeah, it's just gonna sit there. Alright. I want Roland to make a perception check.
How'd you miss? Alright,
that's gonna be 11.
It also doesn't seem.
I got overzealous. with
Okay.
it.
He only, with advantage, he only rolled a 10. So, it kind of misses as you see this shadowy hand emerge. Oh yeah, also, Roland, I forget. Your strength score is reduced by 4.
Again?
Yep. No, that's Roland's. Yours. Romist is.
Okay, that's a 5 too.
So it goes to 5.
A 52.
Wait a minute. You said it's reduced by 5?
It's reduced by 4.
Oh, no.
So it goes from 4 to 5. Alright. Top of the round. Roland's turn.
Roland is gonna try fucking.
Just gonna try fucking him.
Yes. Hold on a second.
He's gonna fuck the shadows.
He's gonna try the Scorching Ray.
Okay.
And so that's 3, and he's gonna fire at this one.
Okay. At first level, or is it a second level spell only? Or is it third level? I can't remember. I'm gonna go search it.
Search that for me because I don't have that room. Remember, I could have made this really.
What
fast.
is it?
I think Scorching Ray is
Scorching Ray is second level.
second level. Okay, yeah, I had it mixed up with. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets. You have to make a ranged spell attack for each ray. So you can put them all on that one. That one is the more injured one, or you can divide them if you want.
I'm gonna do 2 and 1.
Okay, so make 2 attacks.
7 and a nat 1 plus 3 is 4.
First one will unfortunately miss, so roll your second.
That was second.
Oh, those are both of yours?
Yeah.
Oh, you rolled a 7 and a 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Both of the rays end up shooting past, although
Wait,
it
there are
does...
3 rays. You rolled
I have
3
it.
Yeah, but he's doing 2 against that one and 1 against the other.
Oh, okay.
The shadow manages, it illuminates the entire room, so you can see briefly this shadowy form, almost just like a complete cylindrical figure manages to dip and dodge out of the way. Make your third one.
19.
That will hit.
Oh, thank God. 2d6 fire. 8.
8 damage to the second one. You see as this form begins to shimmer and just kind of goes back for the first time, making a noise. Alright. But still
Do
remains.
you add a +5 to those rolls? Because you can.
I did not.
You can add a +5 to those rolls.
7 plus 5? Okay. So I'll give you this one. Yeah, 7 plus 5 is 12, which just barely hits, so I'll give you 1 against the other shadow as well. Remember
Sorry.
this.
Sorry. Well,
You're-
no, I didn't.
He has no idea.
You're good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had no idea.
It's just, yeah, things with ranged spell
Yeah.
attacks add the bonus. That's fine. You are dealing with 2 characters.
Yeah.
One written on a completely separate page.
That's not. That was just really fast.
Shadow form, are you guys fighting a wraith?
3.
That's what take off your pants and relax says.
Okay. You see these rays begin to shoot out and they like scorch, and you can see smoke going off as it dodges the first one but hits with the second one, still standing, but his form seems to be quaking. Alright. Anything Romus is doing else?
No, that's it for Romist.
Alright, Roland. Roland, that was Roland's turn. Romus, it's your turn.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what they're fighting because they're fighting secrets.
I'm gonna do an Eldritch Blast because I'm a complete idiot and I didn't use the reaction because I thought it was a spell. So I'm gonna do Eldritch Blast on this one.
Roll your spell attack. Eldritch Blast is still, just does 1d10, right?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
I forget when it upgrades.
At 5th level.
Okay.
Unnatural 21.
That'll hit. So roll your d10.
That's opposed to a natural 21?
Unnatural.
Well,
A natural 21. The third side reveals itself. You win the game.
4.
4 points of damage against that one. You see it, your like purplish green energy shoots out and rockets against this, just
Finger gun in him.
finger guns it again. This one is just barely standing as well. They both seem like they are at death's door. Are you doing anything else?
No, that's all I can do.
Alright, it's gonna be this Shadow's turn. He's gonna make an attack against you.
Fuck.
Ooh, that's gonna hit. That's 23.
Yeah.
Alright, you take 6 points of necrotic damage. and your strength is reduced by 1.
I'm gonna use my reaction now.
My lord. Fuzzy Wuzzy says my lord.
I'm gonna my lord. I'm gonna use my reaction.
I'm sorry. Take off your pants and relax. Says, quick, while the enemies are weakened, try and sell them useless door-to-door salesman products.
What about real fake doors? So the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flame. Creature makes dex saving throw.
Okay.
I'm answering my eyes.
10 does not succeed against it, so what is it? What happens?
It takes 2d10 fire damage.
Roll your 2d10.
It's gonna be a 7.
7. As you see these fire suddenly surround as this cold form reaches into you. This time you manage to strike up, and a circle of fire just jets these hellish flames, creating multiple holes and just shredding the shadow. You watch as its form, as the room lights up, fades from existence. Alright. Alright, with that, it's going to be that guy's turn. He's going to make an attack against Roland.
Hope he does.
That's a 14.
God, that just hits.
Alright, so he's going to go unconscious. Yeah, he takes 12 points of necrotic damage.
So
Not dead.
11.
His strength is also reduced by 2. So you watch as his shadow form reaches out. As Roland kind of faces in the direction that you did for the hellish rebuke, you hear, yes, good, and you shoot. You suddenly hear his form just kind of get ripped out of you as it's kind of dragged along the floor of this shadow looming over. Alright, it's going to be your turn.
Fuzzy Wuzzy says that beard, though.
Thank you. grew it myself.
No help from anybody.
I mean, when you say it's your turn, are you saying Romist or Roland? Like
Roland? Actually, yeah. Roland has to make a death saving throw.
Oh, crap. That's a fail.
Alright. Mark 1 fail for Roland.
Alright.
What are you doing, Romist?
I am going to Eldritch Blast this guy.
Roll your attack.
Like, fucking get some. 16.
That'll hit, so roll your damage. As the shadow kind of just looms over.
It's going to be a... Wait a minute. Is that 1d10? Yes. It's going to be a 6.
Alright, how do you want to do it?
Finger gun blast the shit out of it.
Finger gun, you can almost feel your second half being torn. Like, being torn away from this shadowy wraith as it kind of like manages to engulf you, manage to recover yourself and fire 2 Eldritch blasts that just X across where a normal creature's head would be as it vanishes, instantly scattering light throughout the entire room.
Killing
Not used
the
to
audience.
microphones. Enjoy that peak, if anything. Okay.
Bitches love peak.
And you kind of, as you kind of recover, you almost see Roland begin to come back with 1 hit point, just automatically. As he wakes up again as soon as his shadow disperses.
So he's all the way back up to 1.
Yep.
He's all the way back.
1 hit point.
Woo!
Okay.
I want to take a short fucking rest right now and use some hit die.
Almost immediately, not to interrupt, but almost immediately as this happens, you see the form of a familiar Watts instantly crack in, this time on top of the altar. As soon as it happens, like, what happened? She momentarily severed our connection, but I'm back. What?
Take off your pants and relax. Says Roland casts mic drop and says your boy went to Hogwarts and disappears.
So, what happened was, it got really dark like before, and then these two kind of like, I don't know what they were, but they were kind of like wraiths.
You definitely seem injured. And as you look at yourself, you notice your form is almost seeming withered, almost resembling the same form that, the same fate that happened to Armbjorn the cultist, as your skin is almost like pruned and a gray tint to it. Watts, I have something that might help this time. It seems like she's doing more than her bargain, and I don't respect deities hurting us mortals. So, I have something for you. And you kind of feel this sensation rush over you. And
you die.
Yeah.
You both regain 10 hit points.
Ah, thank God. So that's up to 11 and 17.
Alrighty. I mean, after it's like, that's all I can really do while you're in this form, but hopefully it will be of some accompaniment to you.
Well, I mean, I really thank you for, helping us.
It is my pleasure. As I said, I don't respect gods in the slightest, and it seems, as she keeps forcing me out, she doesn't respect me. I almost consider it some kind of war between us. Flatters me, really. Anyways. What are you gonna do? You gonna take your short rest now?
I'm gonna take a short rest. I want to use.
I'll say a couple hours past. You have plenty of time for a short rest.
Okay, I wanna use a hit dice on each of them.
Just one?
Yeah, one hit dice on each.
Okay.
That's for me. It's 1d8.
And you can use them one at a time because you are pretty much taking multiple sequential short rests. So, as you're doing this, a short rest is about an hour, and you're waiting for hours. So you have time for.
I just meant like I'm gonna use a hit dice for each and then be done.
Okay.
So, Romist gets 6, so 7, 8.
Back to 4.
18, 19, 21, 22, 23. Almost.
I thought his max hit points. Oh, it's 24.
Yeah.
So is Roland separate from Romist?
Yep.
Wow.
It's a weird mechanic. But no, yours was that. Oh, did you combine both of them?
No, I rolled 1. I was gonna. Oh shit! I accidentally rolled this one. I picked
Yeah.
that one.
That's whatever.
That's gonna be a 1.
There you go.
He's up to 12.
You can choose to use another if you'd like.
I would like to use one in hopes to get him.
Oh, he rolls a d6 hit die.
Oh.
We'll count the 1 though.
Okay, yeah, because that was 1. 13. He's up to 13.
He has 1 more hit die, I think. If you no, he hasn't used any hit die. So you've used 2. He has 2 more.
I'm gonna use 1 more. 2. He's up to 15. He's gonna be good for right now.
You're not gonna use this last?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Is that all you're gonna do for you as well?
Yes.
Alright. So, you all sit there. Another couple of hours pass as you manage to tend to your wound. Do you want to do anything?
No, I just want to sit here and wait.
You eventually see the form of Watts as just like another 5 hours past at this point begin to shimmer again. He's like, it seems my time is up. This isn't Dendar's doing. It's just I can no longer maintain concentration on putting myself into this realm. I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully, I will see you again. If not, I will tell your friends of what may have happened. I believe I have seen enough. Best of luck to you.
And have a safe trip. Remember, when I get out of here, I'm gonna introduce you to that woman.
I appreciate it. At that point, you see a yellowish portal open up against a wall, and at this point, you see a string almost connected from the back of Watts' neck manifest itself and go into the portal. As you see, the string begins to pull Watts' form, almost like this form of his went from proper and posture to just a yellowish soul-like substance gets sucked and closes into it. Anything else you're doing?
Nope. That's all for me.
Alright. Hours pass. I'm gonna give you one last chance if you want to use any short rest material, whatever.
No, I think gonna be done for right now.
Okay. It's taking a lot longer than I expected. Okay.
Already been 2 hours.
Yeah.
Almost.
You know, that's what my first girlfriend said to me.
Thank you. Rocks fall, rolling dice. Rolling rocks down. Alright. The DM takes a sip of water.
Of Wawa.
Okay.
Fair.
At this
Can I make
point,
a request?
What?
Could you go into the fridge and grab the box that is black and give it to me?
The black box?
Yes.
At this point,
the box that is black.
almost just tens of hours pass as you sit there, and this distorted air around you almost just seems to seem like a void, as your hunger just almost seems to overtake you. You just wait and wait and wait, and your human hand
Could
just
you also go into the fridge in my room and get a Diet Coke? And you can have one for yourself if you want.
Okay.
your hands just tremble. The back of your neck just feels hot. You start profusely just trying to sweat, but eventually unconsciousness ends up taking you and Roland both, as both of your forms fall. Oh yeah, Watts is gone. Alright. And you almost seem like you're in this dreamlike state. Not really conscious, but still aware that you exist for some reason.
This
This point.
existential
There you go.
crisis.
Thank you, bud.
You feel the sensation, almost like you open your eyes, but you see only darkness around you. Kind of
Suffering.
darkness. You just see nothing but black. You turn, and but you still
You're an
you can feel
NCAA game.
you can feel your feet catch hold. Actually, I need my fucking eraser wherever it is.
Watch out.
Actually, oh, you
You
know
may
what?
experience
I was gonna
death.
say, you know what I can do? I can't do that because there's writing on the other side. Okay, fuck it.
Are we erasing all of it?
Yep, erase all of it. I want to get rid of all of it. We're just gonna.
Oh, you want to get rid of everything?
Yep. But I can't just flip it over because there's like stuff I need to erase on the other side as well.
Real professional here, guys.
Yeah, we are.
No, I'm just saying, like, I was letting them know that we're being real professional here.
Oh, I know.
I wasn't being a smartass, I promise.
No, I mean, I know what you're doing.
Yeah, you're just being a smartass.
You wake up.
Grab a
In
brush
this-
and put a little makeup.
You wanted to! You wake up and you actually manage to stand. You can only grasp consciousness because you feel the presence of Roland. You suddenly see, from the black void, shades of green begin to appear, almost like a smog all throughout you. You hear the voice of Dendar. I've hoped you like my little compromise with you. I decided that I would give you some form of entertainment, rather than you just waiting and decaying. You entertained me enough to where I thought I could reward you like that. So, are you ready for your final conquest before you leave this world?
I mean, I guess.
And this is coming from, it's an omnidirectional voice.
Just,
No source.
just gotta look at her.
Yeah.
You know, just
It's picking up all frequencies from all directions.
just
Yep.
saying.
You can only obtain direction from this green smog. Then, let's begin. You see the green smog begin to manifest almost, as you see this green spire begin to emerge from the ground directly in front of you to where you can see it. And you see this snake-like entity begin to appear. Just a long serpent.
Effect.
standing about 7 feet tall, although 2 of it just kind of slithers among the ground. It carries like the greenish, dark green vestige that Dendar is commonly associated with, being the Serpent Queen. And it looks at you with glaring red eyes, opens its mouth to reveal 2 sharp fangs, and slithers with a forked tongue. I need you to roll initiative, as it's directly in front of you.
It comes out.
It's me!
It's me!
Ah! It is me, the slithery voice.
Romist.
It ain't easy being green.
I just fucking ruin my own thing every time.
Romist has an unnatural 20.
Ooh.
And
Unnatural.
Roland has an 18.
Alright.
Still a good roll.
Yeah, I know, finally.
Mhm.
After nearly dying every other time.
Alright. It's you, Romist. What are you doing?
Our Romist is going.
You can instantly just feel the sensation that this is for combat. Therefore, you have the instinct to attack.
Eldritch Blast this sucker.
Alright, roll for an attack.
7.
Does not hit. Anything else you do? And as you Eldritch Blast, the snake immediately dodges to the side.
I just kind of like audibly gulp.
Go what?
You know, like gulp. Like, oh shit, I'm in trouble here. Music got faster.
Okay. It's Roland's turn.
Roland is going to Firebolt. What says attack bonus? Is that not counting my spell DC? Or is that added on to my spell DC?
It's just +5, I think. I think it's proficiency bonus plus his charisma, so this is Roland then.
Well, because I mean, it says Firebolt cantrip +3 attack bonus, but he's got a spell DC, like the +5 in the spell.
That may have been like before he leveled up, so.
Okay, so that'll be a
I think it's
15.
That'll hit. So you can go ahead and roll.
Alright, 1d10. 8.
8.
Fire
8 points.
damage.
8 points of fire damage.
Yes.
Okay. It launches and immediately smashes against the form of this chest. Just almost seems to recoil back as it faces right towards you again. Definitely taking an impact, but still standing. Alright. Anything else Roland is going to do?
Nope.
Alright.
That's gonna be it.
It's going to be the serpent's turn. It comes right up to you predictably. That's going to
It
make...
leaves. It disengages from combat.
It bows to you and turns to leave.
Its fangs open up as it launches at you with a very quick thrust that you were not expecting. With a natural 1. Just kidding, you were expecting it.
He smacks his head on the ground.
He actually launches right forward, but immediately after, it almost seems to be a feint attack, and he comes around from the back as his form wraps around you.
What the fuck?
But it's only an 8 this time. As you manage to successfully dodge out of the way, almost pure instinct kicking in as it slithers around, staying right in front of you. Alright. That's all it's gonna do. So,
Alright, I'm gonna try to Eldritch Blast.
it's right in front of you. Okay, go for it.
9!
Does not hit, unfortunately. As it's just trying to get around you, you try to Eldritch Blast to take an attack of opportunity. It lunges past. What are you doing?
That's the end of his.
Okay, rolling.
Firebolt cantrip.
Alrighty.
Nat 20.
Okay, that'll hit. So roll your damage. Although sadly it's not double. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's double because even though it's a set damage,
Still critical.
yeah. I'll say home rule. If it's not, fuck me. We'll do 10 or 2d10.
2d10.
Mm-hmm.
$11.
11.
11 points of damage as Roland's form almost seems to appear like behind you but still inside and launches another firebolt taking advantage. It takes a heavy impetus and just almost seems to launch around as it slithers around and flanks on the other side. Anything else you're doing?
Can I turn as like a?
Yeah, you can just use your reaction and keep focused on it. I'll just say it almost seems to like try to dance around you as it tries to get an attack, which if that's Roland's turn.
Yep.
It's gonna make an attack. This time you almost see some kind of void opening up in its thick frame as another smaller snake lunges out at Roland. That's a 12.
Nope.
Another void opens up and another second snake launches out. That's a natural 20.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
A natural 21.
Takes 17 points of piercing damage. Actually, 14 points, my bad.
So he's down to 1.
I was trying to take 7 times 2 and make it 17. Okay, that's all its turn, so Romist, it's your turn.
Romist is going to try to Eldritch Blast for a
Okay.
3rd time, because, you know, as they say, 3rd time is a charm.
Did you use all your spells?
No, I've got 2. I've got 2 more, but I'm kind of... One I'm wanting to save as a reaction.
Okay.
If he... I mean, it's my reaction spell.
Yeah, you don't have to justify. I'm just making sure you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's his reaction spell.
Thank you. 24.
Just barely misses.
God.
Yeah. No, it hits.
That would really...
Roll your damage.
4.
4 points of damage as you manage to Eldritch Blast and it streaks across his face, almost unhinging its snake-like jaws. It recoils back. Alright. Seeming like a little beat up now, but still managing to stand firm. Alright, what's happening now?
Either Kevin or Jamie's watching the stream right now.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, Roland's turn.
We are going into Firebolt. Or, you know what? No. Well, Scorching Ray this guy.
Scorching Red, okay. Make your 3 attack. I assume, unless you want to.
Huh?
Make your 3 attack rolls then.
Alright. The first one is a 9. Second one is a nat 20.
Okay.
And the third one is an 8.
Alright, so the nat 20 is the one that hits, so roll your 4d6 damage. Alright, 17 points of damage. These 2 scorching rays managed to kind of fling past as these rays just managed to dodge past.
They're distractions.
It almost thinks the end of it as one barrages right against his face, slamming it, almost pushing it back just a little bit as a light just engulfs it. You said 17?
Yes.
You look almost expecting it to be the end, but it comes back with, although albeit dazed and a scorched face, comes back and makes a menacing scowl. It's still standing.
That's the end of my turn.
Alright.
My other turn.
The serpent, seeing that you're ahead of it, almost Roland's form just backing up, it being extremely hurt, is going to make, with its main head, a bite against you. That's 22.
Yeah, that hits.
You take 8 points of piercing damage as it sinks into the side of your arm.
And I'm going to use as a reaction Hellish Rebuke.
Alright, so
That
it
makes...
has to make a dex save.
Yes, dex save.
17, so it succeeds.
So it takes half damage. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, half damage.
Of what? What?
I think of health. Fire? I guess 2d10 plus is half, and then half. Or
Yeah, roll 2d10 and then half it, rather than
Okay.
just
3.
Alright, 3.
And how many hit points did you say that took from me?
87.
It was like 8.
Oh, 8. 3 as the fire just kind of launches against it, managing for it to unhinge its jaws, but as it recoils, another snake kind of launches at you. That's a 7 though. So you manage to like catch it as this snake just bites at you and you kind of just throw it away. Alright, that's its turn.
Just smack
Roland,
it.
what are you doing?
You mean Romist?
Oh yeah, I have one up here, Romist.
Alright. I am going to Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
How come?
13.
13 will hit.
Yeah.
So roll for your damage.
I'll take it. 4.
4 points. As you launch another Eldritch Blast, it seems very close to death's door in the overall scheme of things as another one rockets and hits its body, and this time some of it just manages to pierce through its body, but it still manages to stand forward. Alright.
It's the end of my turn.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Roll the ground.
Can you tell me how many spell slots he had? Second level spells?
Total second level spell slots is 3.
I'm going to do Scorching Ray one more time.
Go for it.
18, 19, 20, 21,
One hit.
22. 11.
Barely misses.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
2 hits, roll your 4d6.
Woo! The equivalent of that one crit. Wouldn't you believe it?
Yeah.
That one bounced around. Ow.
They went opposite.
14, look at that.
Yeah, 14. Fire damage.
14 fire damage. The first one leans over, its snake form kind of manages to bounce back as 2 of them, in almost a cross-shaped pattern, just go and cut right up its torso. This time it almost like it chops almost in 2, but just like the lower section of it goes down. Despite profusely bleeding, this creature's nothing that you've seen before, and it's still alive, albeit just barely.
I know the feels, bro.
There's courage hangs by a thread.
Basically.
Yeah.
Alright. Is Roland doing anything else?
No, rolling is done.
With one last attack, it tries to just bounces up, using its tail almost as a spring, and launches at you. You, Roland. Or Roland.
Alright.
Rolling and rolls.
That's 14.
That fucking hits.
You take 9 points of piercing damage.
7 million.
And I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke as a reaction.
As it launches out and just like claws on the side of your shoulder, just this hellish green blood spewing on you. Use your Hellish Rebuke. Has to make a dex save.
Yes.
Fist of the Walrus is watching us right now. He's looking at us profusely.
Excellent.
According to this game.
It succeeds with an 18.
Okay, so...
1d10.
No, I thought it was 2d10 half.
2d10, that's fine.
Four.
4.
I'm right
Fire
here.
damage.
How do you want to do it?
Hi.
I just... all my fucking energy just like I'm going Super Saiyan. Like the the big blast. And I'm just bringing this Hellish Rebuke down on this fucker.
As it kind of like hangs on to you, you can almost feel the form of Roland like tank unhinged and slam this thing on the ground as you charge up, a Hellish Rebuke launching down. This hellish fire that just consumes, and you hear a terrible as it just consumes, and you can almost see like a skeletal form in the background as you can see its silhouette burn into ash.
So good. This
Fade
is
away.
silhouette.
As it finally goes away. And now you kind of feel a sense of relief as your wounds kind of rush over you a little bit, and you fall to your knees just instinctively, just at the same time you hear, "Well done, you, or should I say, both of you, Roland and Romist. of my trials and tribulations, albeit with some unneeded help. But, nevertheless, I am a goddess of my word. Now, it wouldn't be fun if I just let you go.
I think it'd be pretty fun.
You have withered and rot, but yet not die. Suddenly, you feel this rush come over you, like almost like an adrenaline rush, as you are instantly, completely restored. All your spell slots, all your health, both of them.
Wait a minute, completely filled. And you said health and spell?
Health and spell slots.
You equivalently took a long rest.
Yeah, instant long rest.
Shit, yeah, dude.
Alright. As this happens, but my end of the bargain is not yet fulfilled. What I wanted is decay, death. But one of you has to pay that price. Now, for my final gift. You suddenly see your form, you get a screeching headache rush over you. I want you to just go ahead and make a constitution check. Not a saving, just a check.
Cheers to our
18.
admirable.
You kind of almost feel like your form is being shifted, like something is just gnawing at you and you're being pulled on from all directions by this tremendous force, and you try to hold on. You almost feel your bones just trying to rip from their sockets as you kind of just like cough and almost scream in pain, just from instinctually this huge rush going over you. And this almost goes on for about 5 or so minutes of you just and you manage to eventually pull yourself together, and you're suddenly launched completely forward, like into this darkness. You can barely feel like making any touch, and you almost seem to like you're skidding against the water, land against the ground. And you feel very, very different all of a sudden. And you're not really sure what it is. Go ahead and just roll a d20.
13.
You kind of just look around, and that voice in your head, Roland, is not there. And you kind of wonder, did Dendar take Roland from you? And you feel like, for the first time in this entire 72 hours that you've been here,
That's all it's been? Jeez.
peace.
3 days, wow. The whole film fest right there. Also, Ponton's hosting this now.
Excellent. But you hear a voice, Romist, and you turn to see an actual physical form.
Hey! Roland! And I wave.
You see an actual physical form of a shadowy figure standing there, a garnd in a simple brown robe, almost looking like a mirror image of you, but just reversed in some kind of way.
And half elven.
A nega Romist.
Not half elven, full elven.
Oh, he is full elven?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And he looks at you. Dendar the serpent says one of us must die. I think I know what needs to be done. As you see his hands begin to ignite,
And he slits his throat.
and Brad will control Roland. And I need you to roll initiative.
Hi, my name's Brad. I'll be controlling Roland today. I need my dice box back. No. Although I will use whatever dice you have laid out for Roland.
The beer. My initiative 16.
Mine is 6.
Alright.
Oh, I've been doing that. I didn't know, so I just gave him a +1 like mine.
Oh yeah, it's a +2.
Okay.
Now you only have the Stone of Good Luck. Roland does not.
Roland doesn't have any.
No, I got like a +1 to initiative.
Oh.
And that's why I gave him, like, I assumed his plus on initiative was the same as mine.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be fine.
Well,
But
That's
just,
why I did, like, the whole thing.
that's fine. Just remember you have the Stone of Good Luck as well. I don't know if you've been counting for it, but initiative. Initiative is a check. The only thing that is not a check is an attack.
Yeah, no, I've not,
Remember that.
I haven't even, well, I mean, that's kind of like the first. Actually, no, I've totally not been using that. But it's all Gouda.
Gouda in the Huda.
Gouda and the Huda.
Oh yeah. That's what
All
they
right.
call me.
So you're both recovered completely. Romist, what are you doing? You see Roland, clearly with a killing intent, standing with fiery hands.
Before we start, I look at it. You are my brother, Roland!
You underestimate my power!
It's no use, Romist. I have the high ground.
And then I.
You both stand in this. You both stand in this void.
Alright,
Almost in a duel-like stance.
I think we should have the Duel of Fates playing.
30 feet.
Yeah, the dual fates. Please pull up the dual fates.
Fuck it,
Got
I
30
will.
feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, no. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep.
No, not the duel of fates. I got a better one.
There we go. 30 feet apart. Exactly. It's perfect.
10 paces fire.
Far.
Are you doing the 10 duel commandments?
No. It's not the duel of fates, but it's the actual Anakin versus Obi-Wan.
Yes.
Let's fuck it. Alright.
Alright,
What are you doing?
I am going to Eldritch Blast.
Just give it a shot.
Roll for your attack.
What do I have to defend again? Okay.
That's a nat 1.
Doesn't matter. You seeing this Eldritch Blast, or Roland seeing the Eldritch Blast many times before manages to easily dodge it. What are you doing?
I'm gonna rush forward.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the end of my turn.
Roland.
All right. I'll look at him and go,
Foolish mistake.
and I'll cast Agnazar's Sorcerer.
Scorcher.
Scorcher.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, that's what he had. It's on there.
It's on D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay, that's why I didn't know it.
It was on his character sheet. Alright, so that's a line of flame, 30 feet long, 5 feet wide, emanates from you. You must make a dexterity saving throw and beat 13, otherwise take 3d8 damage on a fail, or half as much.
That's a 5.
Take it full then. Alright, could I get 2d8s?
I gotcha.
I got it.
Thank you.
Sharing the box.
2, 6, 9 damage.
You take 9 points of damage as this unknown power of this raw red fire just consumes and pushes you almost back a little bit, and you have to like catch yourself against it. I'll just leave this here. Alright.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to use a sorcery point. Where is it?
Did not know how to play Roland's character.
While you were playing Mario out here, I was studying the character. Alright, yeah, so I'm going to use a sorcery point to give myself another second level spell slot. So, excuse me. That is not entirely how they work. It's 2 sorcery points, I believe, to give myself a second level spell slot.
So he regains a spell slot.
Okay.
Alright. Anything else are you doing?
Actually, it's 3. But yes. Alright. I'm going to move.
I want to use my frickin'
Hellish Rebuke.
Hellish Rebuke action.
Make a reaction. Make your dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I have to make dexterity saving throw?
Yep.
I'm gonna use that as a second level.
Second. Alright. Specify before he did it. So. saving
does
fails.
not. And so that's going to be 3d10.
3d10. Good.
There you go. Those are D10.
10, 11, 12 points of fire damage.
12 points of fire damage as you immediately, like, rushing up and blasting, you immediately respond. Fire just consumes about Roland, just you see his form begin to shimmer and quake a little bit.
Did you get it, Anakin?
I like that, Roland. You're just the... You can do whatever you want. Must have been the win. Alright. Now it's your turn. Romus, what are you doing?
I am going to use the... Forget... hold on. Arms of Hadar. And that's a strength saving throw.
At what level?
I'm going to use it at just at a first level.
Okay, so you make a strength saving throw roll?
Yes.
And keep in mind, your strength is reduced by a lot.
Oh, that's still a thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, no, because your
No,
form...
you restored us.
Yep, you're good. Never mind.
Okay. 1?
That does not, and so you are going to take 2d6 necrotic damage.
Go.
10.
And I am now on death saving throws.
No, that'll do it. How do you want to do this? It's supposed to be a short battle between player characters.
I don't get death saving throws? Come on.
You're going to be unconscious. He can just kill you.
Yeah, if you wanted to. That's up to him.
I'm treating this like you're having to... Trust me, this is the way this is working out.
I'm flinging these tendrils out like a waterbender. Just like, you know when Katara's doing the water whip?
I got you. I'll see, like, each one of them just bashes against his form. You see him, like, get knocked over.
I hate doing this to you. You were inside me.
Just, like, smacks him. One of them, like, whips, just slaps him to the ground, while another one wraps around his arm, picks him up, and slams him against the ground.
Puny god.
Alright. I'll say, at this point, you kind of pick him up. He's kind of, like, dangling, just barely conscious, like, blood dripping from his face onto the ground as you hold him, like, upside down.
My brother.
I got this,
My
Brad.
king.
You're a fool. You got lucky this time. I don't know what will happen to me, but I want you to know that if you don't change your attitude, you will suffer, and you will come crawling back to me. And once you do, I will gladly stomp you down, and I will take this vessel to where it needs to go. What do you want to do?
Look, really sorry about this, but I mean, if you'll stay here, I'll find a way to get you out.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
You're just gonna say that? It's like, I appreciate the effort. But, and then you hear Dendar's voice. You hear Dendar's voice echo yet again in your head. Good. I think I see a victor in all this. And as you're kind of holding him above, almost about to show mercy, you see Roland's form just... Your tentacle just instantly disappears from midair as you feel like almost all magical power just goes away from you as your patron is taking it away from you. You see the sorcerer fall on the ground, the first time seeing this in a physical form, this elf. And he kind of looks up at you and he says... And you suddenly see he just lets out as his form begins to wither and fade away into this sort of dust that kind of surrounds you, and you kind of absorb this essence of himself into yourself. Dendar speaks to you yet again. Very, very good. I must admit, I did not expect this outcome. I will be looking forward to making deals with you in suddenly feel this tearing inward force to you as you suddenly just vanish, losing consciousness.
You gain advantage.
And that's where we're going to stop.
Alright.
So, with the end of that, here's what's going to happen. No experience points for what you did, but...
I don't like the Dickens. It's all good, though.
No experience.
The Dickens.
It's all good in the hood.
You vanished to an unknown place, and you...
What'd I get you down to?
15.
You are going to gain the Magic Initiate feat for Sorcerer. That means you learn 2 cantrips of your choice from the Sorcerer's list.
Hold on a second. Give me 1 second to write that down.
You can just look at the Magic Initiate feat if you want to. Just write Magic Initiate feat.
Yeah, that's what I was...
And write Sorcerer.
Well, like, Am I getting that as Roland or Romist?
Roland is
Roland is
now
dead.
faded away.
So
You are now Romist as you float into this void, almost like you're in the astral sea. You can just feel that Roland is no longer present. Like he might
writing-
still
I'm
be
writing
there, but you are the dominant personality now.
So I'm writing this on Romist's.
Romist gets the Magic Initiate Sorcerer.
Magic
Initiate.
dash sorcerer.
Yeah.
Sure.
So like that means like I can pick like the
You can look it up
Fireball.
later. You're gonna gain 2 cantrips of your choice from his list, and you're gonna gain 1 first level spell.
I have them up for you so you can look
Yeah.
at them
You
later.
can do your research and look it up later.
yeah okay I just
But
I've never heard that so
This ending, you have succeeded in all your endeavors, successfully beating Roland in the end. You have flushed out this negative personality of yours. You can almost feel like he's still a part of you, yet you are in full control of the body now. We no longer have to worry about Roland's character sheet, and you gain that feat
Can you
out of
get
it.
ready to end the stream?
Yeah.
And you have now vanished
Okay.
Yeah.
into this astral
I'll
sea,
clap.
and that's where we'll pick up in the campaign to see where you appear. Okay?
all right so
Do you want to do an outro?
Yep, that's what I do. Thank you everybody for watching. If you are with us, thank you for watching. As said in the beginning, this is more of a tech demo sort of stream where we're just taking one of our characters from the main campaign's one-shot and seeing what happened due to events that happened in the campaign. If we decide to ultimately stream the campaign, then we encourage you to tune in. Maybe some updates will be sent out. I don't know. Thank you to Brad, Logan, and Van. I didn't do a damn thing setting it up. I'm just the face
You
for
plugged
setting
some
it up.
things in.
I did. I plugged like 3 things in. That's what I did. But maybe the stream will resume. We hope you enjoyed. And everyone have a good night. We'll see you next time.